halfway through the week. We're almost there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Today is titled Zero Kids and Counting, brought to you by Don and Candus Wells, produced by your friends at CLL. We couldn't do all the work ourselves. That's a lot of damage to be done, but I'm super glad everybody's here. Betty Boop, new member. I saw that in Discord. Thank you for being a member. Good morning, Deb. Hey, Stevie. None your business. Good morning. Cindy, Dara Lee. Good morning. Sarah, someone needs to feed Mother Nature and crank dial up on global warming today. Agreed. Even my toes are cold, and it's not even that cold outside. There's my buddy Juicy Tequila Bobo. Still wondering what she thinks about the Chiefs and Bengals the other day. Hello, Southern and Sassy. Hello, Pat, Julie, Cats, Chats, Crime, and Coffee, who made this amazing thumbnail. Absolutely, I'm really giddy about the one for tomorrow, too. Superior Dreams. Hello, my friend. JPL. Yep, I hope everyone is having a great day, too. I'm going to read your comment. Good morning. I hope everybody is having a fabulous day so far. When I think of people pandering and kissing C&D's ass, makes me really sick, as if they are celebrities. JPL, make sure you hit that sub button. You and I have a lot in common. We could be best friends. Let's see who. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Sometimes I tell you guys hi twice. Well, hello, Aggie. How are you? Dixie, how is everyone? Good morning, Scorpion. Good morning. Smokey, I actually got a notification before a live started. Miraculous. Yeah, is everyone getting their notifications? Because I was looking at some stuff and I was like, not many people get them. I don't know. That's kind of a YouTube thing, don't you think? I mean, if you sub and you hit the bell, you should get notified. Jennifer, good morning. Jennifer's listening from the car. There's my friend Katie Bird, Celeste. I hope I got everybody. If not, I apologize. Ooh, I do see some new names. Hit that sub button. Oh, Alicia, you got one? Good. Good deal. Oh, here's a new name. Uh-oh, there's my friend Penguin. Hello, Penguin. Good morning. I'm going to check out this name real quick. Give me a second. What a name. Misdemeanor. That's a funny name. That's a really funny name. Really funny name. Yeah, I like all you guys' creative names, or just when you use your real name. Either or, I think it's great. Anyway, again, thank you for being here. Let's check with Kevin B and see how his evening went. Oh, is Holly in here? Did Holly make it in? Because I know they've had some illness in the family. Good morning, Angel. Good morning. Rebecca, you didn't get a notification? Maybe go back in there and hit get reminded. Hang on, Kat said, set the reminder for the live to get notifications. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show yesterday. I think we drove home a lot of points. You know, I don't know how many other channels pointed it out, but I mean, definitely what was going on with Dudley and Dawn seemed to have been a potential setup. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Today, we're just going to discuss how between the two of them, they've somehow managed to lose 8 kids. Now, I've seen some comments. I've had a couple of emails, and I want to hear everybody's opinion. Some are saying we're a little too judgmental here. I mean, even Robin yesterday was so gracious to be in another creator's chat that she said, you know, you should never judge. You should, you can't judge unless you've been in their shoes. We'll talk about that later, but when it comes to children, endangerment, abuse, I think we all can voice our opinion, safe to say. Let's see how Kevin's night went last night. How are you, Kevin?
I am absolutely, I'm able to sit up and take nourishment. How about you?
Oh, Well, is that that's a biggie.
Yeah, I'm alive, right? I'm breathing.
Yeah,
Don't judge people. See, I'm already starting off quickly this morning here. Don't judge people. What are you gonna do? Just let them get by with their bullshit? No.
that's what some people say, Kevin, but I know
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm
this is
here to judge them.
this is not the right neighborhood. So before we get to that, did you guys see this on I-95? Do any of you live in this area?
Nope.
Virginia going into DC? I know you don't, Kevin. Some people have been sitting out there for 27 hours. No
Oh,
food, no water. They've run out of fuel. It's awful. Awful. It looks like a semi jackknifed. And like in order for some of these people to get food and everything, like these truck drivers that are stuck too, like they're breaking their seals and getting food and stuff out and giving it to the stranded motorist. It's awful. So if any of you are in that area, I am very, very sorry. Jenny, it's bad. It's a bad backup. And it's been over 24 hours from what I heard. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, if any of you guys in that area, awful. Awful. Hang on. None of your business said it's 2022. Send FEMA in for fuck's sake. Help all those stranded people. Exactly. Help them. You know? I mean, at least there's a lot of trucks out there too that have food that can hand it to the drivers. I did see that on the news this morning. So anyway, hopefully nobody had to deal with that or is dealing with that, but that is awful. So we are going to get to the show.
man, that would suck being stuck in your car for that many hours.
Could you imagine running out
No,
of
I couldn't. Well, you
everything?
got to go to the. Yeah, that's just. You would think there'd be somebody there picking people up and taking them to a damn place where it's warm and get some food.
Oh
I
God,
agree. FEMA should be in there.
the
I agree
line,
with that.
the line is so far back. You can't get anybody. You can't get other cars. You know, going into DC from like say Arlington, it's bumper to bumper traffic getting into there anyway. And so
Oh,
when a truck jackknifes in that weather, it all stops.
wow. Well, I guess it's time to get out of your car and start marching to where you're. I would rather be out walking than sitting in my damn car. That's just me, though.
I
So,
think a lot of people are doing that.
yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with none of your business. You're telling me that the National Guard can't fly?
Yeah, no shit. This is America, right?
It is. It is. Scorpion is in rare form this morning. He said these parents are not victims. A few people need to stop fueling the fire. Agreed. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. Robin gave her 2 cents on another creator's panel yesterday. Basically told everybody, don't judge unless you've been in their shoes and stuff like that. I don't want to be in their shoes. I don't want to tell people that I've lost 8 children. I don't want to tell people that my daughter got gone and that I didn't care and that I gave away her stuff in the process. I have every right as a member of society to say you can't treat children that way. There's nothing wrong with that. And that verse in the Bible, I'm telling you, when people cherry pick verses and use it against something, that's very wrong. This is not being judgmental. This is taking up for victims.
Yeah, in my opinion, they've been judged already 8 times. They've had their chances 8 times.
Mhm.
Okay, one of them is missing. The rest of them have been taken away. They've had 8 times to make it right, and they never have, never will. They don't care either. It's obvious. I'm sick of them. I'll judge them all day.
Yeah.
There.
We're not damning them to hell. We're just calling it
Nope.
out. We're just
Nope.
calling it out. Rebecca, perfect. She said discernment is not judging. No. Mm-mm. Discernment is not judging. And we actually have another show coming up in a few hours. And we're going to be basically talking about the same thing, rinse, repeat.
Hey, and the thing of it is here, okay, I'm going to step into the Jesus thing here for a second. God, Jesus, God, whatever, says you are not to judge people. That is true. That is said clearly in the Bible, or you'll be judged yourself. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm holding them accountable. I ain't judging them. Why have you lost all your kids, Don and Candace? Why don't you tell the truth, you liars? I'm not judging them. I'm holding them accountable. And you can forgive, but you can't. I'm not going to forget. So there, that's that little piece. Yep. I'll hold them accountable.
And Vegan Mom said, maybe if Robin had done her job and judged sooner, Summer would not be missing. Well, here's the whole thing. Robin is the one that made a spectacle out of herself at church, talking about washing Summer's toys, and that she was a little sad that Summer wasn't there that day. No. So we're going to start with the oldest child, and this is, I have never brought him up on here because he was nowhere in the area that I know of when Summer went missing. As far as I know, he doesn't even know Summer. This is Dawn, and Dawn is the one that put this information out. So hold on. All right. This is Johnson City Press. Now, this is what Dawn said about his son, okay? Remove ads. I get so sick of that. Bear with me. Ugh, back. Okay, Donald Wells agreed Tuesday to talk to the Times News about his criminal history while the search for his missing 5-year-old daughter continues. All right, so it goes into the search. Rescuers have utilized 82 agencies. I mean, one of the biggest search and rescues ever. Talks about, Summer's father, Donald, was arrested in October of last year on domestic charges and pleaded guilty in April to a gun charge. His wife and Summer's mother, Candus, also filed an order of protection. Wells also acknowledged Tuesday that his 34-year-old son, Donald Wesley Wells, is a convicted sex offender, having pleaded guilty in Arkansas in 2007 to sexual indecency with a child. That oldest son was in Utah at the time of Summer's disappearance, Wells said. Wells also said his son's Arkansas offense would have been considered statutory rape in Tennessee because, we've always got an excuse because his son was 19 at the time and the victim was a girlfriend 18 months younger. I've heard conflicting stories. Don't want to get into it. All I'm going to say is I'm not putting myself in your shoes because no way in hell would I ever want to give an interview where I'm having to explain that my oldest child was halfway across the country. And by the way, they're a registered sex offender in Arkansas.
Yep. Like father, like son.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. I mean, I'm calling it for what it is. That's all it is. Like father, like son. It's all part of, you can call it grooming. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But it's basically, it's dysfunctional. And the thing of it is, listen, these people have not been judged. Because look, one of their kids got gone. It's escalated to Summer. They've never been held accountable, I mean, seriously, for all these kids. Well, it's time they are. It's time they quit ruining people's lives with their bull crap.
But it's not going to be us that calls them to the carpet.
Nope.
They're going to face a judge and a jury. At least one of them are. I
Oh,
don't know which one, but someone is.
they're going to face somebody all right in the end, the big man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get away from that. So we'll let him judge. But I'm just saying, okay, I'm not judging. I'm holding them accountable. And they have not done a good job whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
just from what I understand, if this girl was 17 and him just had his 19th birthday, he would not be registered. And in Arkansas, they do have a Romeo and Juliet law, which takes care of a gap like that. But from what I read in other articles, but like I said, this show isn't about his oldest son. She was much younger. Okay, so Don can say whatever he wants to say. But again, like we say, opposite day in deflection. If they say look this way, if they say look north, your ass better do an about face and look south, because that's how it goes. Don obviously was not a very good father to his son. And also, he has an older daughter. I'm not going to mention her by name. Don, if you remember in one of my shows, I think it was around the end of August. I really don't want to replay it again because it's a major trigger warning, where Don is actually bragging on his daughter, saying that she has been assaulted many times, that she even was raped on her 18th birthday, and that she sucked it up and didn't cause no problems for nobody. Now, how's that a good dad? Okay, so that's his 2 children that he had with his first wife. That's what we're dealing with here, okay? Who could say that their daughter has been assaulted, but they didn't cause problems for anybody? And I'm not going to go way out on a limb and suggest who did anything, because I'm not going to be like Don. What parent could say something so revolting?
A parent that doesn't give a shit. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that all is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and I'm not going to go there either, but I have my own suspicions about all that. But I'm just telling you, yep, she got raped on her birthday, but you know what? She sucked it up and didn't say nothing to nobody. Now, what kind of parent would say that about their kid? Unless, man, okay, we're not going to go there, but
plus he said lots of times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what a sick thing to say. Now, he did come back in good old Don fashion, because he was asked about those comments. And just like he said on another channel the other night when they asked him about something weird he said, and guess what he said? He was drunk. That's all he's got to say. Well, when you get drunk in Don's world, you can do anything. You can say anything. You can be as nasty as you want to be, and everybody better understand, because you were just drunk. But you think about a father talking about his daughter turning 18, being assaulted on the day of her 18th birthday, and you pat her on the back on a YouTuber's channel. You're exposing this. I didn't do it, so don't judge me. Yeah, exactly, Pat. Play the drunk card. Play the drunk card. Yeah, there's lots of people in jail that tried to play the drunk card. You exposed this on a YouTube channel. She didn't tell her own truth. He did. And instead of saying, I was going to kill the guy, or if I'd gotten my hands on him, or, didn't even take her to the hospital, anything. She sucked it up and didn't cause no problems for nobody.
Yeah, it's the same mentality as with Summer, Oh, well, I knew something was going to happen to her. I'll see her in the resurrection. It's just that kind of mentality. He doesn't care about his kids. He don't care. Your daughter. How horrific. Your daughter is getting raped and molested, and you say, "Oh well, just suck it up, Buttercup." Wow. That's not being a parent. I'm sorry.
No, because all the good parents in here, if your child tells you that something horrific
Oh
happened
man.
to them, there's going to be a doctor involved. There's going to be law enforcement involved. There's going to be some agencies involved. I would never be like, just suck it up and don't cause no problem for nobody.
I'd be in jail.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd be furious somebody did that to my kid.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so that's Don's two children. All right, so we already knew how he felt about women because, well, we know how he talks to them. All right, he's a narcissist. He's misogynistic. He thinks he's better than everyone. Remember, he's the best drywaller in America. Okay, guys? All right?
Yeah.
So then we come to his lovely bride, Candus. So he's got his two children. Out of all the people in the universe comes together in Arkansas and brings these two together. Now, he's got two children. She's got two children. Here's part of the fairy tale you guys are going to love. Her two children were raised by the state of Wisconsin in foster care for abuse. She has a son. I don't want to say his name because he's very rarely mentioned. That to this day, now some people say this isn't true, but more people say it is. And I'm going to go off of what the foster family said. He suffered brain damage.
Yeah, on her watch, people, on her watch. I don't know if she's the one that did the dirty work, but I'll tell you what right now, it happened on her watch. They all need to go to jail.
And also, not only on her watch, I mean, she obviously lost rights. The man she was with at the time, he lost rights. They were raised in the system. Again, I know the daughter for sure was abused in foster care. Why didn't she, even if it was on her watch, okay? Why didn't she go through the appropriate measures to get her children back? Or furthermore, why didn't Grandis step in and get her two grandchildren so they wouldn't have to be raised in state care? I know several people that have stepped in and are taking care of their grandchildren to help their children.
Okay, let's look at who Candus has to teach her like a mother. She has Grandis like in times of trouble, you turn to your mom and dad for help. Who does Candus have? Grandis, which is probably the most pathetic grandmother I have ever seen in my life. Seriously, she is. She's pathetic. Mm-hmm. She don't give a damn about her grandkids either, and she don't even care about her own damn kid, but she cared more about her molested brother in Wisconsin visiting him. It's just, I didn't mean to throw that out there to throw you off track, but no, I'm just trying to show you where Candus, look what she came from. Grandis. What a messed up individual. What a pathetic grandmother and mother. Seriously, think about it.
You and I were speaking this morning about how your grandkids were sick last night, had a stomach bug, and all the stuff that you had to do. Yet here's Grandis, and all she cares about is her new girlfriend and her camper. She doesn't care that her grandkids are being abused in foster care.
Nope. Why isn't she speaking up for her grandkids? And why isn't she trying to help? Why isn't she trying to find Summer? Why isn't she trying to look for Rose? It's just, this shit has been going on for years, people. For years. And they've never, maybe a little slap on their, who knows? But they've never really been held accountable for this abuse and neglect. Well, that show's over. It's coming. Can't Cry Candace and Dungeon Don, and Grandis.
You got that right, buddy.
You'll see.
So now we come to Candace's younger daughter, also named Candace. Now, this is public information. This is just an easy Google article, okay? So, nope, no one's doxing her, calling her out, or anything. Kevin is on fire today. I don't know. Kevin, you must have gotten some good sleep last night.
Yeah, I did. Smelling throw up at 11 o'clock at night from my granddaughter. But thank God, it's not, they don't have COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, man, it just fires me up that they've never been held accountable. And you see this kind of behavior and dysfunction. Summer is the result of escalating abuse.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. Some kid ends up getting gone because the anger and the dysfunction and the abuse and the neglect just spirals. If this abuse and neglect isn't treated or taken care of, it just escalates. And you see what happened. We got little Summer. She is the fallout from all this bullcrap. It's sad.
And we're going through the timeline. We're going from the oldest down to the youngest. I mean, hell, Candace's father raised her because Grandis took off and left her children with her former husband. So she's really always had that I don't give a damn bone. You know what I mean? Always. So now we get to Candace's daughter, also named Candace. She was raised in Wisconsin. She was finally adopted, but she went through some not nursing homes. God, what's wrong with me? Foster homes.
That's where I'm ready to go.
Oh, please, I'll be in one before you. At one point, she was missing. So Rose missing, Candace Jr. missing, or Candace the third missing, Summer missing. With all the interviews that Candace has given and talked and made herself out to be the best mother in the world, she fails to mention her older two children, and that at one point it was on Fox that her daughter, which is her namesake and her mother's, had been missing. And they were found. The two girls were found. I'm going to go through the article real quick. All right, so this is her daughter right here. Two previously missing girls were found unharmed around 8 p.m. Saturday at a residence in Price County, Wisconsin. Police in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, are asking for the public's help in finding the two missing girls, Michaela Hansen and Candace Jean Fludden. They left their foster care home to go to school on Tuesday and never arrived. Well, they ran away. They were being abused. Who could live with that? What parent could live with that, knowing that you failed so badly, the state took your children, and then look what happens. Look what happens. It is believed the girls may be in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area, possibly traveling with a man. Bad news. I can only imagine what happened there. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has issued a statewide alert on the missing girls. Both girls are at high risk for endangerment. All right. They were found. They're fine. Physically fine anyway. Physically fine. But here we go. So we've just gone through 4 children. We have Don Jr., his daughter, okay? And anything that happened to his daughter, by the way, is not her fault. Not her fault at all. Hang on one second. Annie, I'm new to this channel. Hello, everyone. Everybody, welcome Annie. Annie, hit that sub button.
Hello, Annie.
Sub button. Hit it. Love when you guys tune in every day. Love it, love it. All right, so that's 4 children. 4 children that growing up, childhood is hard, period. Being a teenager, going to school, all that stuff is hard regardless. It's hard. But these 4 children went through an extra realm of hell because of parents that didn't take care of them. It's kind of like, they're cute as kittens and then you don't feed them as cats type of thing. They didn't care. Ridiculous.
Yeah. What? I always often sit back and think, would Summer be missing if this neglect and abuse stuff would have been addressed earlier in life? I don't think Summer would be missing. I don't.
Summer wouldn't have been born.
Oh, that's true too. Exactly. But you understand what I'm saying. It has been able to go on for so long. I don't know of any repercussions that they have gotten from the courts. Do you? Have you ever heard of anything?
Nothing that stopped them in their tracks. I've seen all the gorgeous mugshots, but nothing that's given them a slap in the face to turn their life around.
Right.
Because remember, these 2 get together, okay? He has failed with his 2 children. She has failed with them. That doesn't mean I'm not throwing any shade at their older children. We know the environment they came from. So these 2 together, in their infinite wisdom, they're looking at their past lives and their past children. Instead of as a learning experience, it's more like a dry erase board. They just wipe it all clean and start new. Start their own family.
I mean, do they really even realize how bad they have messed these kids' lives up? Do they realize? And the thing of it is I get on here all the time and I talk about Don and Candus and Grandis and the rest of the bunch around there. But the thing of it is they have got to be held accountable for this. It's gone on way too long, and by me, actually, I'm helping them. Basically, somebody's got to be honest with them and tell them, you need to get up off your ass and do something about your life. They're not though. It's obvious. It's gone on for so long that it's like, oh well, I guess when we get busted, we get busted. It's just. I honestly think, though, they are going to have to answer for this time. I think.
Well, this is totally different than all the other stuff they've pulled.
It's escalation.
This one's totally different. And I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but you guys already know where I'm going. It's exactly what Kevin said. I mean, just all of the neglect, endangerment, abuse, just not caring about how you live, not caring about your children's well-being, not caring about their nurturing them, making sure they're okay. And there is not one perfect parent on this planet. Let me tell you, because every one of us go, man, I remember I should have, I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have done that. We all have those moments. These are 8 children, 4 are adults now, having to guide themselves through adulthood with severe childhood trauma. And like I said, these 2, it's like a dry erase board. Forget about those 4 kids. Forget about how they were treated. And we're just going to start over. We have Dawn and Candus against the world. And what's the best thing to do for a fresh start? Have more kids, because you did so good the first time. You did so good the first time. Bullhorn Betty, they are disgusting people, period. That should be a t-shirt. Can someone print that up? All right. So now we get to the boys. I'm not going to name the boys. I'm not going to show their pictures. They've been through enough. And they were taken in July by the state of Tennessee. Sound familiar? It is according to Don, he got back to drinking a little bit. Well, I don't think that was it. Then he said it was too dangerous up on the hill because of all the meth heads. Nah, I don't think so. Then he said all the harassment. If it's dangerous for the three boys, then it's dangerous for Don and Candus and Grandis. There are many other cases where when it becomes dangerous at a home, Kelly Long is an example with her daughter Sophie. They will put you in a hotel and you're under protective custody because they don't want anything to happen. That didn't happen in this case. They left those two up on the hill and Grandis, who she took off. And then they took the three boys. Thankfully, the boys have a second chance. And I hope with therapy, I hope they have nurturing families. I hope they have understanding teachers. And this cycle breaks. What do you think, Kevin?
Well, I guess, Don's saying it's dangerous. Well, let's go back. Let's rewind a little bit. Like I just said a minute ago, what did Don say? I guess it's always been dangerous because he said, I always knew something was going to happen to Summer. Well, why didn't you protect your freaking kids then if you knew something's going to happen? You see, he only, man, I can't wait for the day they answer for all this. And they are going to. They're not getting pulled these stunts way too many times.
Way too many times. And again, I have never, ever, hang on, someone's weed eating outside my door. Hang on.
The postman rings twice, Brooke. But yeah, Brooks, I'll talk for just a second. The thing of it is this is what happens, when things aren't addressed. It's just like anything else. If you have a bad problem drinking, doing drugs or anything, if it isn't addressed, it just escalates. It gets worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been there. I'm a drug addict and an alcoholic, and if you don't address these issues, they just spiral out of control. And this is what you've seen. Summer is the result of all this neglect and abuse and all that. It just has spiraled and it got out of control and somebody got gone.
So yeah, we know who got gone.
Yeah.
That's
my opinion.
Some shrubs trimmed and it was really loud. So I asked them just wait a little. Just wait a little.
Yeah, could you please quit trimming my shrubs until I get off YouTube?
Please. Got important stuff here.
Right.
So, again, the boys have a second chance, and I wish those three boys and the four older children all the best. Because even with the crimes of the oldest son, he's a product of something he was taught. I know that hang on.
Yeah, I hope all those kids do well. I really do. But it's sad that the oldest one, learned behavior. And man, it's just not good.
And none of it's a surprise. So then, of course, we come to Summer, who was probably raised herself, if you want to know the truth. I mean, honestly. At a very young age, she was extremely self-sufficient and independent because Mom Patrol was busy in the yard.
Mom Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
That shirt, even to this day, makes me sick. Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's not a hyper-vigilant mom. But why on that day was she? Bull crap. Candus, you can't cry. You can't fake it. You're doing a lousy job as a mother, a lousy job as a criminal. You're going to get caught.
Dixie said, who created that danger? They did by bringing the drug dealers, creepy people around their home. They did, but yeah, they did. They don't care. They care about themselves. I mean, this is what we're looking at. Look at the screen. These are the two that have created hell for 8 other humans.
Why does she think she's a gangster?
She's coming after you, Kevin.
Shit, she don't want no piece of me. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'd chew my arm off to get away from that thing in the morning. God.
Like a bear trap.
A coyote.
Now, so like I said, 8 children. I know I keep saying that. I mean, it's one thing to fail one child, and that's bad enough, okay? And I understand that people have their problems and life hits us hard sometimes. 8. All right? 8. So here we have Summer, and they can't even keep a story straight as to what happened to her on June 15th. Everything from Candus took a walk to, then we see Candus on Facebook at 6 o'clock on the 15th. Then she calls 911 around 6:30. That's what she told the dispatchers, that she took a walk, and 10 minutes later, Summer was gone. Then again, she's arguing with people the next day on Facebook in different articles, WJHL, WVLT, and telling people that she was doing dishes because, she's OCD about her cleaning. And Summer walked out barefoot and she never saw her again. Then we get our favorite, the planting flowers story, which again doesn't make any sense because in 2 minutes, you're not going to miss your child. And she certainly wouldn't.
Yeah, she goes on a 10-minute walk, okay? But she doesn't see anything. Bull crap. I ain't buying it whatsoever. Sorry.
Nope. And that's the story I go with. I know everyone's like, no, she said she was planting flowers. I go with what she reported to 911 and what the dispatchers said back, and it was released on WJHL. Not what she said, but just what they reiterated back. This is what was reported. So like Kevin has said many times, so she's taken this 10-minute walk, which how she knows 10 minutes, I don't know, because she didn't know shit for time all day, but she knew she was walking around for 10 minutes. Okay. And she doesn't say what she was walking around doing. Was she getting her exercise? I mean, I don't know what she was doing. But in that 10 minutes, she didn't see the cartel. She didn't see the bikers. Didn't see Hunter on his bicycle. Allie getting up the dog trail. She didn't see Jose. She didn't see Dudley. She didn't see Joe Biden. In that 10 minutes, she missed all of these people that have been accused of kidnapping Summer.
Yeah, if she was walking around for 10 minutes, okay, let's just play Candus for a minute. If she was walking around for 10 minutes, let's say she walked out the front, down the front of the house, the driveway. Well, if Summer was abducted, wouldn't the abductor have his car down there? Wouldn't he either be there already or show up when Candus is walking? Okay, if she walked out of the back of the house, wouldn't she have seen Summer, heard Summer screaming? So if Candus went for a walk, there is no way that she would have not seen something. Do you follow what I'm getting at? Am I making sense, Brooks? Oh, Brooks is gone. But anyway, think about it.
No, I muted myself. You're making perfect sense. I didn't really mean to do that. It's a live show.
Yeah.
It's a live show. But no, you're exactly right. So she's walking around, whether it's the back of the house, front of the house, or something. I don't know what cocktail I would have to have just drank to not notice the cartel. or Allie trying to get up the dog trail. Or
anybody.
Dudley Or, I mean, and the kids would have certainly heard something downstairs, getting into the basement, some kind of disruption, kidnapping Summer. But I mean, that abduction theory we've gone through a million times. That didn't happen. But what I'm talking about is the fact that your daughter's gone and you've had all these different stories, and your most perfect story that you think is that you were planting, she says, flowers, they're cactus, which, well, I mean, I wouldn't let my children handle cactus. But if you saw the picture that she put up of the pot with the succulents in it, the cactus in it, it wasn't overturned dirt. It had weeds in it. That wasn't anything that happened that day. No.
Nope.
Betty, you're right. As far as Don saying he didn't know about the dog trail, that's a total lie. That's the reason we do opposite day on here all the time. Because when they point you in this direction saying this is important, it is not important.
Nope.
It is not important. Just like when Don makes a big deal out of the Subaru. The only reason he took that Subaru that day, it wasn't even for the GPS. He's not that smart. He wanted to stand out at work. He wanted to have a different vehicle so that everyone can say they saw him. When you guys walk into work and you're looking around the parking lot, if you see a different car, you're going to recognize a different car. This was all a setup. This was all planned. And I know people say, well, if you're wrong, are you going to apologize? I just gave you 8 examples of failed human beings that came from these two. What do you think I'm going to apologize for? What do you think I'm going to apologize for?
Yeah, as far as that red Subaru, well, it's the same thing as why Dudley got fired the day before Summer went missing. I'll tell you that right now, too. You know, we talked about that yesterday. He had to fire. Dudley couldn't have been there. No way.
And if you guys missed the show yesterday, please go back and listen to it. We're going to revisit some of that tomorrow on our show. And I know that some people don't really like the way that we come off. And we keep everything really lighthearted around here, and we joke and we keep it as light as possible. But I'm not kissing these two's asses.
Nope.
I'm not.
No, they did something terrible. Mark my words. And I mean, hell, the FBI's even come out and said it ain't a damn abduction. So, you know, it's foul play, people.
That's enough for me. That's enough for me. And you know what? I'm going right off of what Don and Candus told us on WJHL when they put up that very scripted, rehearsed, I call it the cover each other asses interview, when they said, no, she would never wander off. Summer would never wander off. Don even doubled down and said that he would show his kids YouTube videos of snakes and bears so that they wouldn't get away. We're left with one thing, and it's foul play. If it's not the 3 of them, it's some piece of shit that they have let hang around their house. But I don't think we're going to be seeing that.
Nope.
Hey, Bruce, welcome back. Welcome back.
No, there's 3. There's 3 people that know what happened, in my opinion.
Or have a pretty good idea. That's why I've always said, why are they on YouTube? The only thing that can help them stop this today is law enforcement. That's the only thing that can stop it. If you want a resolution and a swift one, it can end today. Your $110,000 house, Candus, that you think that people are going to buy you. And I know behind the scenes they are working on it to get some money raised to get you your dream home. You won't have time. You won't have time to even take a 10-minute walk around it. Because this is coming to an end.
I seriously agree with that. I think their hourglass is getting empty by the day. I'll tell you that. And yeah, law enforcement, I'm sure they'd love to have Summer right now, you know. But it's going to come to a point. Let's just say they don't find Summer, God forbid, but they don't. That doesn't mean these clowns aren't getting arrested. So
And we've been very patient for almost 7 months. We've talked about this almost every day since June 16th.
Yep.
We've been very patient. And I know our tensions get real high. And we're like, why? When it all comes out, it's really going to blow our minds. I know I've said that a million times. But in the meantime, don't get sucked into this vacuum of feeling sorry for them. Please don't. Too many people they're on the fence. They're like, oh, I kind of see where Don's coming from. Talk to his 2 older children. Talk to Candace's 2 older children. Think about those boys that are in foster care. Robin, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in Summer's shoes. Where is Summer? How dare you? How dare you, as a Christian woman, speak down to people saying not to judge these people that have ruined 8 human beings' lives? I'll put myself in Summer's shoes. Hell, they'd probably fit me because she never had a pair of shoes that fit anyway.
There you go. Yeah. And the thing of it is,
tell me not to judge people that have treated 8 children horribly, and they're going around grifting, getting money, wanting sympathy, loving the attention. And there's a few others too that have piggybacked off of them. Shame on you. Shame on you. You put yourself in Summer's shoes. And you want to jump on my comments and tell me not to be judgmental? Shame on you.
Yeah. Well said, Brooks. Yeah, I'm not giving them any slack. So, I'll go to my deathbed with this one because, nope, this little girl deserves justice. She didn't have a choice. She didn't ask for all this. No. And it's time to pay the fiddler.
8 lives. 8 lives. 8 lives. But now, with all the destruction you've caused, we're supposed to feel sorry for you and look at you like you're Nicole Brown Simpson because Don's mean to you. And I'm sure he is. I am sure he is. And we're supposed to have, like, what do you want, like a telethon? Jerry Lewis style, and get you a house? And then what? Provide you groceries, utilities, furniture? For what? For what? Hey,
Yeah,
Bumblebee, hit that sub button. We got a lot of new people in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah. And now they have the media manager. What the hell?
I still say it should be you. I still say it should be you.
I wish.
So this is it says Paw Patrol. So I'm just going to guess it's from one of Summer's birthday parties. There's Grandis with her head hanging over the cake, I guess. And there's poor little Summer, and they took a picture of her and posted it of her scared to death. So I'm only going to guess that on the other end of that camera was probably Candus, probably yelling at her for something.
Grandis looks like she's about ready for a pie eating contest.
God.
I don't know who that other person is, but it don't matter. Yeah, there it is. Grandma of the year. There she is. In the flesh. Yep. Best grandma around.
Oh, you bet. You bet. You bet.
She don't give a damn either.
And isn't it weird that Candus named her daughter Candus, knowing that her mother, Candus, abandoned her? Why would you want to carry down that name?
Well, and Candus abandoned her daughter in Wisconsin. Don't even want to hear from her.
Yeah, but that's who I'm talking about. Why would she name her daughter that was raised by the state of Wisconsin, Candus, when Candus, her mother, abandoned her? I'm going to read this comment real quick. JPL. I hope C&D realize that everything they have said on YouTube personally, law enforcement will be so happy to use that information towards that arrest and conviction. It's going to come down big. Yep, I hope so. The problem is when Don's drunk, I was just drunk. Yeah, you can't really hold it against drunk people. That's the problem. It's sickening. But like I said, 0 kids and counting. But now Candus wants a house and to raise her kids. You had 6 shots at that. How many shots would you guys give people? Most people, for me, they get 1. It's a one and done deal with me. And sometimes I'm having a good day and it's like I'll give them a few chances. But we're talking about with children, 6 in her care. 6 in her care. And like Kevin said, the escalation is real because look what has happened to little Summer, and we don't even know how horrific it was.
No, we don't. We don't know half of it. But I've seen enough that I know there's neglect and abuse. Okay? I don't need a damn court paper. I've already seen it. The house, I've seen the parents' actions. That alone right there tells me. I see, it's obvious. These parents, they just, man, their world's going to crumble.
As if it hasn't already.
Right.
But they keep on keeping on, don't they?
Yeah.
They keep on. I'm going to read this comment real quick. Niecy, Robin sounded judgmental when she made a big deal about having to scrub the dirt off of Summer's Paw Patrol toys. Well, if you guys remember, Mother of the Year, Mom Patrol Candus, said she would never give Summer's toys away. That's what she said. She would never give her toys away. So I'm going to play a clip real quick. Bear with me.
Like, give her away. That's okay. I'll let the prison take care of her.
That way, if something does happen, she does come home or whatever, she can have them still. And even if she doesn't come home, I'm going to keep her toys until I die, I guess, because she started out with Paw Patrol, then went to Frozen, then went to My Little Ponies, and then she went to these little itty bitty animals with big eyes. So yeah, I'm just keeping all her stuff.
Liar.
Fucking putting them all in one spot. That way, if something does happen, she does come home or whatever, she can have them still. And even if she doesn't come home, I'm going to keep her toys until I die, I guess, because she started out with Paw Patrol, then went to Frozen, then went to My Little Ponies, and then she went to these little itty bitty animals with big eyes. So yeah, I'm just keeping all her stuff.
Yeah, no, she didn't. We heard it straight from Robin at church, and some people said, "Oh no, that's the toys that they had for her at church." I don't think so.
You know what got me about all that? How nonchalantly she says, "Oh, well, if she doesn't come home, oh well, I'll just still keep her toys." Like it's no big deal if she don't come home, Candus. Why aren't you crying? Why? How can you even say that without your voice cracking or something when you bring up your daughter's name? She just says it like it's the damn trash, you know? Well, she does come home. Oh, well, but if she doesn't, that's okay. I'm going to keep them till I die. I mean,
I'm just going to have them right here for her. If she doesn't come back, I'm still going to hold on to him. Who could say that without even a deflection in their voice?
I know.
Without even tearing up or anything. Well, if she doesn't come back, what parent could even in their mind think that could be a possibility?
I mean, a kidnapper has their daughter in their minds. And she can just blow right through that statement like that. That tells you right there, people, again, another red flag. That is not how a grieving parent acts, period. Nope. They know.
I couldn't get through an interview. I couldn't. I would be stomach ache, headache, bawling mess. I wouldn't have time to put my rebel flag hat on, if you know what I mean. No way. No way. And then to sit there and say, Oh, I'm not going to give away her toys. And even if she doesn't come back, I'm still going to keep them. Oh, okay. But yet we heard Robin say, thanking all the kids for cleaning Summer's toys. Then they're obviously not being held as Candus said they would be at the house.
They can send us Summer's toys. We'll keep them for her.
Yeah.
I won't sell them. I won't give them away. I'll keep them. You know, her own mom just blows through that statement like that. I can't get over. That's the whole thing that got me about that. How she just nonchalant. Well, she doesn't show up. Oh, well, okay. No big deal. Jeez.
Kat said, I mean, how many toys did she have anyway? Most of our children's rooms are wall-to-wall toys, okay? She probably took one shoebox of a few Paw Patrol and whatever she had down there. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't buy the fact about Elsa either, that Summer wanted to be like Elsa. Well, I agree with that. Elsa doesn't have a shaved head.
Nope. You're exactly right, my friend. Hang on, I gotta send a text real quick.
And we saw the toys. Wasn't there a pic of there? What you're right. There wasn't that many damn toys at all that I saw.
No. When I saw the Chris McDonough interview and she pointed over at a few Paw Patrol toys, and there was one out in a flower pot, I'm like, nah, this was not with all your big drywalling money, Don. You guys did not spend it on your kids. And I'm not saying that you have to overstimulate your children and they have to have just so much stuff, wall to wall, toy box after toy box. But, better than a couple of, a dirty mattress on the floor with a torn up blanket and a couple of toys. That's all you had to show. And I'm going to read this comment from JPL. The biggest flag for me is that they did not take the law enforcement liaison media person to help them. Instead, they go on YouTube and get people who are giving the money and to feel sorry for them. Yep. You don't even use the media relations person provided by law enforcement. You get your own media manager and you jump on a few YouTube channels. How is that going to help you? They don't have the resources to help you. You need to be communicating with law enforcement. You need to tell them exactly what you were doing that day if you want an end to this. But it seems like these two are enjoying the ride. They're enjoying it. I'm telling you something right now. If you saw Don at the hippie house and you asked him for a autograph, you'd get one.
I'd like to ask him some questions.
Uh-oh. Kevin's got the clink clink picture up.
Yep. That's what they're going to be hearing. Click, click, click. Go the handcuffs. You watch, people. This is not an abduction. And I'm going to say that right out. Yeah, it's my opinion, but this is not. It has been proven over and over that this is not an abduction, in my opinion. It's so obvious. Yeah, they are stupid. This is not going to work. No way. And I cannot wait to hear that 911 call.
Probably not going to hear that till trial. I think they're saving that zinger to for a jury. I have a feeling. Because
I guarantee you, her voice is going to be the same voice as with the prank with Mary. She's going to sound exactly the same. I can't find Summer. Yeah. Okay, Candus. I guarantee you, it's a fake cry. That's why they can't plead in person. That's because it's going to look fake. You know, I think that's, in my opinion, that's why they don't do a live news plead like that. Because it's, first of all, they can't cry. They only cry when she can only give that puss face when she's acting like on Dr. Phil. I'm being tormented.
I'm being
Bull crap.
interrogated.
Yeah.
She can cry when her feet are to the fire, but when she's expected to show emotion, she can't.
For her daughter.
For her daughter, even for her sons, no. But when it affects her.
Yep.
And men cry too, guys. Men cry too.
If that was my daughter, I'd be bawling.
Yeah. I've heard you cry over your daughter, Kevin. I've heard you cry. How can Don be so cool, calm, and collected on all of these lives he goes on and not shed a tear? He squeezed out a few for the behavioral panel. That was spot on, Young and the Restless. I hope they knew that. And the rest of the time, no, just very matter of fact. Just very, I'm praying for my daughter, bud. Just praying for my daughter.
But yeah, that I'm so glad you played that statement of Candus talking about the toys. It is so obvious that she just blew through that like, yeah, well, if summer comes back, oh well, that'll be good, I guess, Just that kind of an attitude. That is not a grieving parent. You know why they're not grieving? Because they already know. That's why.
Yeah, we're actually going to do a show about that next week.
Yep.
And people are going to call it clickbait, but it's the truth. Summer's not missing because there's some people that know where she's at.
Exactly. Yeah, she's not missing. You
can call it clickbait all you want, but when you know where she's at, she's not missing. Nope. But guys, just remember, this isn't being judgmental. We are talking, we're advocating for abused, neglected, endangered, and missing children. On top of that, we just discussed 8 children, 4 adults now, that were horrifically abused by these 2. That is not being judgmental.
I have, really, I've gone off on them a lot, but the only thing that I have said is a fact that isn't a fact per law enforcement is that Summer was not abducted. And I'm going to say that till I die. Sorry. She was not abducted. And no way. And the other thing I say, it's a fact of the abuse and neglect. I don't have a court paper, but I've seen it. Okay? I mean, that house was absolutely, but the house doesn't make them a bad parent either. So, the CPS doesn't come and take your kids because you don't clean your house.
No. And they should, and when it comes to minor children, they should keep that stuff under wraps.
Yeah.
Because the kids go to school. They don't want to be bullied by other kids going, hey, I heard you got taken from your parents because... No, and they shouldn't let that out. It's honestly not our business. We can fill in the blanks. We're not stupid here at all. This is the best chat on YouTube, and everyone thinks outside the box. People don't just sit around making obvious statements. We point out the obvious, but we discuss a lot deeper than that.
Just common sense, right?
For some,
really, a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't have, some people have twisted. Well, you said I didn't have common sense. Whatever. But the thing of it is so obvious that these kids were abused and neglected. I mean, come on. Everyone has to agree with that. I'm sorry. They just do. These kids, I'd love to know the real story. But actually, I probably wouldn't. It'd make me feel even worse for them. If I knew everything. It would be disturbing. I guarantee you it is. What those kids have witnessed in that hellhole.
What little bit we know, and believe it or not, as much as we discuss, we know a little bit. We might know 1% of the story. That's honestly the truth.
Yep.
That's pretty much the truth. When it all comes out, we're going to be even more mad, but we're going to hang together. We're going to still discuss this with open minds, and we're not going to pander to people that have abused their children. We're just not going to. A few of you have asked for the members link, so I put it up. I don't know if it went through. I apologize. Oh, Ellen got it. New member Ellen, welcome. Welcome to Thunderdome, Ellen. You're in good company. Thank
Vietnam.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to Vietnam.
Oh, God. Is that bad around here?
Yeah. They can get. No, actually, we have very, 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 yeah, you're right, the best chat on YouTube.
We do. Awesome people.
We do have some people try to rip us a new one, but overall, no. You guys are rock solid, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the best chat on YouTube. Definitely.
Yeah, don't let these people try to throw so much deflection. I mean, and if you just, the thing about this case is, if you just sit back and break it down, it's so obvious, in my opinion, that this abduction is a joke. You know, I don't see how. I think there's more to disprove an abduction than there is to prove one. You know, the pros and the cons of an abduction. They just outweigh. There's just no way.
It's simple for me. I don't look for anything after 2 minutes, even my own child.
No. And the thing of it is, if she went on that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. If she went on that damn walk, she would have damn sure seen something if it was true. I guarantee you. Because she either went out the front or she went out the back. If she went out the back, she'd have seen some or heard some scream, because supposedly that's where she got taken. Or if she'd have walked to the front, the abductor would have had to have been there. She would have had to have seen. If she took a 10-minute walk, she would have had to have seen an abductor or a car or something. Think about it for a second. She was out walking around and didn't see nothing? Bull crap. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Not on that rural road. No way.
And on top of that, one thing, the elephant in the room that people forget to mention, it was the middle of the day.
Yep.
Middle of the day.
It's not like a busy city street. It's not. And it had to have happened. The abduction had to have happened when Candus was out for a walk. So where did she go? We don't know. We can only assume. But she either had to go out the damn front door or the back of the house or on the sides. And if she'd went on the sides, she'd have been by Grandma's camper. If she went in the back, she'd have seen Summer. If she would have went in the front, she'd have seen the abductor in a car. I think it's that easy to break down. Period.
And also we have opposite day, remember?
Yep, we have that too.
Took a walk. She didn't take a walk. If she said she was planting flowers, we already know she wasn't, because the picture we saw were clearly cactus that had been there for a long time because there was weeds in there. There was no walk. There was no cactus. So what went on from when they dropped off Hunter to when they got home, that's what they should be talking about if they want a resolution for this. That's all.
And what have I voted?
There shouldn't be three or four different stories.
Oh.
Hang on, I got to answer this real quick, and I'm going to start winding this down. Pat, when is Dawn's court date? February. Scorpion, you're right. They are a worthless bunch. You are. They are. You're right. Not that you are. They are a worthless bunch.
You know, it's not, I want to get on here every day and just dog their asses. That's not it. What I'm doing, they need to be held accountable for what they have done. Man up, grow a pair, and tell what happened. You know, because you're not going to get away with it anyway. So you're just making it worse on yourself, Don and Candus. Why don't you tell the truth for once in years? Why don't you admit you're a shitty parent? You're a be acting like an animal. Your daughter, something bad happened. It's time. Man, I just wish they would tell the truth.
Well, don't hold your breath, buddy, because
No, I don't.
I don't care if you had a genie, if Aladdin himself showed up with the bottle and said, you can have my last wish. Even with that wish, you're not going to get it, buddy. That's the reason almost 7 months later, we're still sitting here. I'm going to address this comment, and then I'm going to shut this down because we have another show at noon. We actually have 2 more shows tomorrow, guys. So we're keeping y'all busy. Nisi said, funny she didn't hear the dogs. My dogs go ape when the postman arrives. So why did their dogs react? Very simple. Very simple. Because the dogs recognized who was around. The dogs recognized there was no stranger. If the dogs saw a stranger, a new scent, someone odd creeping up the property, they would have gone ape shit. But they recognized Candus. They recognized who was there. That's the reason that they didn't make a scene. That's the whole reason. Because, I mean, my dogs would go crazy too, but my dogs recognize me. But if the dogs recognize, especially if it's the people that feed them, there's no reason to make a fuss. So you guys come back here at noon Central. So about an hour and a half, we're going to discuss the case of Harmony Montgomery. She's been missing for over 2 years and was just recently reported missing. It's another rinse, repeat, if you know what I mean. More parents that just didn't do the right thing. But in the meantime, if you guys want to come chat with us between shows, send me an email. It's on the About tab, and I'll get you a link to Discord. We love talking to you guys between shows. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. If for some reason we're not live, I put it on the community tab. Sometimes it's 1 show a day, sometimes 2. But either way, we love having you guys here every day. New members, thank you so much. We don't do drama. We don't have time for it because summer is more important than people that want the attention on them. Just like every case, the victim is more important than the people that want the attention put on them. Won't do it. Won't do it. So we will see you guys back here in about an hour and a half, okay? You guys, please, we have new people in here. You hit that sub button and you come see us back here in an hour and a half. We have a lot of stuff to say about little missing Harmony Montgomery. Guys are the best chat on YouTube. See you in an hour and a half. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all.